because I'm getting a lot of, you know, videos coming to my phone, or I'm going to Facebook, looking at all these groups, and all they do is talk bad about Michael Jordan. Now, if you're not a Michael Jordan fan, please get off this video. If you think LeBron's the greatest, if you think anybody else is the greatest, get off the video, because I'm gonna tell you why Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. Period. And it's not because of people think it's just because of his sneakers or his him being just a worldwide phenomenon. I'm talking about him being a basketball player. A man that dominated the game for 13 years. 13. The shortest career of a great player in the NBA. Now, there's a lot of great players out there. Dr. J, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I could go on. Isaiah Thomas. I can go on and on and on and on. Bernard King, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. I can go on and on and on. But these players do not match with Michael Jordan. None. And I seen it for myself. Okay, I'm 49, about to be 50. Now, the thing is, I didn't see Jordan play his whole college career. I watched him when he became his last year before he came out of college, and he came All-American. This is after he won the championship. He became an All-American. Now, when he came into the NBA, everybody thought he was going to go to the Blazers, but he ended up going to the Bulls. Now, nobody ever thought Jordan was going to be what he was, because they said he was too skinny. He didn't play that great of defense, and he couldn't go left. Think about this, man. The man that dominated probably at least near the end of the year of his college career. Because you know who was coming out the years that were really, really great during the time. Clyde Drexler, A.K.A. Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Sam Perkins, all of them great All-Americans coming out of fucking college, coming into pro. So you know Jordan was coming out with some great motherfucking players, right? Because he could have played with Clyde Drexler on the same fucking team. You know what I mean? But let's listen to this, right? A man went to the Olympic Games, dominated the Olympics, won his first gold medal as a rookie. Coming to the NBA, win Rookie of the Year, third in scoring. Think about that, man. Third in scoring. For a young man that people said he was too skinny, couldn't go left, and he couldn't play no defense. Then Jordan worked on his game. Now, he broke his foot, but he came back. He scored a whole bunch of points against the Celtics. People still don't want to actually believe that this man, even though he lost, they got swept, yes. But just think about it. He put his name in the position to say, I'm coming. All right? The man was dominating the league. And this is the reason why I can't stand this young generation, because they don't know nothing about what Jordan had done, because they watch YouTube too much, or they listen to people that don't like Michael Jordan. And the people that don't like Michael Jordan don't like Michael Jordan's game, because Michael Jordan dominated. It's like when Tom Brady came into the league and people hated Tom Brady, saying Tom Brady cheated. Tom Brady dominated the league. It's that people just wanted to say that he wasn't great because he had this thing with the cheating scandal. But I don't care about the cheating scandal. Put the cheating scandal around. Put that aside. And watch how the man play. Watch how Michael Jordan dominated the damn game. He created something that Wilt Chamberlain had. Not Wilt Chamberlain, my fault. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had with the hook shot. He created the post. He sat in the post in the triangle. I know a lot of y'all don't even know what the fucking triangle is. I do, because I love the triangle. I think it's the greatest offense ever created. Because it wasn't by Phil Jackson, which people keep talking about. Everybody knows Phil Jackson didn't create that triangle offense. You know, it was Tex Winters. He's the one that created it. They moved Jordan from being a guard that handled the ball, which a lot of people don't know. He averaged 11 triple doubles one year. People don't want to talk about that when he became point guard. He could have stayed point guard and actually was being he was Westbrook before Westbrook. When Westbrook was doing all that, he was an Oscar Robinson, but he was Westbrook before Westbrook. And Westbrook dominated his era, which people don't like Westbrook either, because Westbrook was so good and people didn't like him. So I think people don't like people that are good. I think people just like people that are big, strong, physical players. But nobody knows that Jordan was a strong, bigger player playing in the era. Think about this, right? All your young generation thinking that the era of my era was the weakest era because they played a lot of man. They didn't play a lot of man. Do you understand what Jordan went through? They doubled Jordan every game. And that's why they put in the illegal defense rule. Really, basically. Not just for Shaquille, not just for Iverson. They put it in for Michael. Because, number one, they used to double Jordan from the foul line. So you got to think about this, right? When Jordan was on one side of the floor, they will double Jordan from the foul line. And Jordan will always find people open. People said he wasn't a great passer. Okay, he wasn't a great passer, but he did pass the ball to the players that were open. But Jordan averaged over 30 points a game when he was double teamed. Jordan would have dominated this league in zone. Because the zone is not built to stop scorers. It's only built to double to stop three-point shooters. Think about that. Curry is on a three-point line. They can't double nobody unless they're in the post. And if they do double, Curry's wide the hell open. Or anybody that's a shooter that's open. Remember, back in the 90s, they didn't have quality shooters. They had some great shooters like Reggie Miller and a couple of other shooters, Barrows, Starks. They had some great shooters. But they didn't have the shooters that they have today that actually sit from the three-point line. They don't move. These players don't move for the three-point line. The first thing they do is head to the three-point line. They'll sit in a corner. Or they'll sit on the elbow. That's what they will do. How can you double? Why would you play zone anyway? In a league that they shoot threes. Wouldn't you want to play man? They'll force the shooter off the three-point line and force it to the basket? Why would you play zone? That's the only reason why I have problems with this NBA today. They play too much zone, and they always switch it. Because they want people to get on the better scorer. So you got a weaker player like a center or forward will switch onto a guard and guard the guard, and the guard will run right by him and lay the ball up. It used to be no switching. In the NBA in the past, they didn't switch. If a man come over to help, no, he tells them go over there, go back to your man, I got my man. And even if they get picked, they go through or under the pick. This is the reason why I love basketball in the past. This is the reason why I believe that Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever, because he plays both sides of the ball. And where you get this shit that he doesn't go left? They got videos all over YouTube that you can actually watch Jordan go left. And they still say, well, he was a finisher. Are you serious? Did you know Jordan's both of his shots were all left-handed shots? Because Jordan actually was on the right side of the post, but he also did the left side of the post. He used to do fadeaways on his left side. Do people watch basketball? Do this young generation actually see YouTube doesn't show you what Jordan used to do when you actually could watch him play. I watched the man play for 13 years. I watched him dominate for 13 freaking years, playing against the greatest defensive teams of all time. I'm not talking about players. These kids like to talk about GOAT players. I'm talking about teams. I'm not talking about the Golden State Warriors, and I'll tell you why Golden State Warriors could never beat the Bulls. Because you know why? They got one person, his name is Michael Jordan, and they got another person named Scottie Pippen. And honestly, the Bulls slowed the game down. Once they take your best player out the game, or take your two best players out the game, they're going to win the game. And they play defense, and this is what basketball don't have today. They don't rebound, they don't block shots, and they don't play physical at the rim. They don't, period. I don't want to hear about none of these damn players that are tall, that can block shots, because they only got like 2 or 3 people that can block shots and lead the league in blocks. Then you got one player that probably lead the league in rebounding. I mean, I remember Drummond, he led the league in rebounding for like 6 years or something like that. And he's not even really 7 feet tall. But you go back to the Garnetts, and you go back to the Barkleys, or you go to the Rasheed Wallaces, you go back to the Ben Wallaces, you go back to the Dennis Rodmans, you go back to them that actually rebound, like the Lonzo Mournings, the Patrick Ewings. These are the top, or Hakeem Olajuwon, or David Robinson. These are the ones that rebounded. These are the ones that actually boxed out, play physical at the rim. They don't play physical at the rim at all. I'm sick and tired of hearing this young generation talk about this player's better than this player. Oh, Anthony Edwards will never, ever, ever be Michael Jordan. I don't give a fuck. He's playing in the era that don't play no defense. Period. Nobody can guard somebody that doesn't guard. How can you put a guard on somebody that can't guard nobody? How you gonna take a person off the bench and put him on Anthony Edwards? How you gonna take a person that's bigger than Anthony Edwards to guard him one-on-one? Knowing Anthony Edwards is faster, probably a little bit stronger, and probably can jump higher. Because they do a lot of switching. And Anthony Edwards likes to sit on the three-point line. He wants to shoot the three. He likes to go to the basket and dunk on people, but his game is shooting three-point shots. And I just noticed that about him. He's a good player, but he's not Jordan. He's not better than Jordan. He'll never be better than Jordan. I don't care how many rings this man wins, because I don't believe he's going to win that many rings to out-compete Michael Jordan. A lot of these players, the only player I really think that actually could probably win a lot more rings because they didn't want him to, is Curry. Everybody like LeBron. I'm not a LeBron fan. Never was and never will be. I think LeBron James is, when he was younger, I liked this game because he was physical. He went to the rim. He did what he had to do. Then he started shooting the basketball. I don't give a fuck if you don't shoot the basketball. He reminded me of a faster Karl Malone. And I keep telling people that. He stayed in the league for like 99 years, and people thinking that he's better than Jordan because he breaks all these records. You might as well say, what's his name? I forgot his name. That has the Iron Man record. Green, A.K.A. Green. People forgot about A.K.A. Green. A.K.A. Green got the Iron Man record. He played more games than any basketball player in history. But nobody talks about him. But they say, well, LeBron James did all these things. LeBron James is going to break records because he's playing in the league a lot longer. Jordan only played for 13 years. He could have kept on playing. Why? Why would he want to play basketball when he didn't have a feel for the game anymore? Because nobody could stop that motherfucker. He played in the 2000s. This is what the young people don't really understand. Jordan played in 2002. 2002. And he was busting people's ass. Yes, he tore his meniscus. He had bad hip problems. He had tendonitis in both knees and a shoulder problem. But he still averaged, like, one time he had 3 50-point games at the age of 40. And he averaged 7 assists a game at the age of 40. Not 7. I think it's like 5. But he averaged 7 rebounds a game. He played small forward. He didn't play guard, he played small forward. And he was dominating this generation. The generation of the millennials, he was dominating them. They forced the man to retire. It had nothing to do with LeBron. LeBron was a lot younger. People wanted him to face LeBron for what? Because LeBron James would have beat Jordan in a game. Oh my God, he's the greatest player. Jordan was 42 years old when he retired. 42 years old when he retired. LeBron is still fucking playing. So LeBron might retire the same age as Michael Jordan at 42. He's already 40. He's about to be 41, I guess, this year or next year. He just turned 40, I think. I don't know. I don't care. But the thing is about Michael Jordan, and I say this a lot, people don't want to watch a man that dominated the game in his own way. He played his own game. But they're saying Pippen's better than him. I watched Pippen in college when he played for Arkansas. He wasn't that good. And when he came in the pro, he wasn't that good. He came off the bench. You know who started over him? Brad Sellers. Oakley started over him. He came in the game and only averaged, I think, 8 points a game. And this was Jordan was still averaging over 30. But nobody talks about. People don't understand. Pippen didn't start playing well until after the Olympics, after he beat the Pistons. When they went to the finals, that was his best year. And even when he went to the Olympic Games, that was his best year. He never won Defensive Player of the Year because always Pippen gets hurt at a time that he actually had an opportunity to win Defensive Player of the Year. He could have won MVP 1 year, but he got hurt and he started bitching and complaining. Jordan plays him one-on-one. People don't watch. Go and watch the motherfucking practices that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen played against each other. Matter of fact, watch that game when Jordan played against Scottie Pippen when he was playing with Portland, and Jordan dominated Scottie Pippen. He killed Scottie Pippen in that game. I think he had like 30-something points, and Pippen had like 20-something. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious saying Scottie Pippen's better than Michael Jordan? Are you serious at saying that Michael Jordan is not better than LeBron? LeBron James has no way of stepping nowhere near the pedestal of the throne of Michael Jordan. And it's not because I'm a Michael Jordan fan. It's because I watched the man play. Any idiot should know that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Period. Period. Even players are just trying to say, oh, no, he's not the greatest player ever, because they know he is. It's just they want to be in that mix of people saying, oh, well, this new generation is a lot better. How? They shoot threes every game. I watched games that it was so bad. Watching teams shoot threes, basketball, and then go down there and don't play no defense. You got teams scoring 127 points, or 140, or 150, or 160 points. Like I watched the Thunder one time blow somebody out by 170. Why the would I want to watch basketball like that? I'd rather have a score in the 80s. I'd rather have a score in the mid-90s. I love basketball, and I love defense. I love rebounding. I love block shots. I love physical basketball. Why do I want to watch you run up and down the court and shoot threes all game long? And how's that exciting? Shooting half-court threes. Like they didn't shoot that in the past. They did shoot that in the past. It's just it wasn't a thing for coaches to watch their players to run down court, stop at the three-point line, shoot threes because they're wide open. Because the ball was moved. It's called movement. It's called creating shots. They don't do that. They take a lot of bad attempts. A lot of bad attempts. They want you to shoot 40 to 50 threes. No layups. Can't shoot foul shots. You got teams that will have players come off the bench that score 40 off the bench. Are you crazy? Basketball is built for the starters, not the bench. Unless you got one of them role players like a Lou or a Crawford that can come in and give you 20 or 30 off the bench, or a microwave. But you don't. Basketball is built for the starters. How are you going to say that one player that came into the league that was so great that we didn't even know he was great, because nobody didn't even know Michael Jordan was that great when he came into the league, and he dominated the league for 13 years. Then he came in for another 2 years and could have been better if he was not hurt. Just imagine Jordan wasn't hurt them 2 years, and he played them 2 years and got the fucking Wizards to the playoffs because they had one of the best records in basketball at the time Jordan got hurt. Really towards meniscus. They had a higher seed and had the best defense in basketball. If you don't believe me, you can look it the fuck up. Because a lot of people don't like Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan did things that these players can't do the fuck today. None of these players can do what Michael Jordan did. I don't know. Anthony Davis cannot play in the post like Michael Jordan. Jordan had done things in the post that no other player has done ever since Kobe. All right? And Kobe Bryant even said he wasn't Michael Jordan. And he said that his style of play, and people say, well, no, it was not. Kobe Bryant and Jordan's style of play wasn't the same. It's just because they probably just mimic it a little bit through editing. But Jordan and Kobe's style of play is way different. Kobe was a better three-point shooter. Jordan was a better shooter in the post in close range. And he was a better inside out player because of the triangle. Because the triangle was made, honestly, for the big man. Not really for the guard. It was really made for the big man. But Jordan changed it and made it for the guard. That's why Kobe played in the post. At first he didn't because he had Shaq. And the ball was always going in the Shaq. And then when Shaq left, Kobe was getting the ball in the post. Just like Michael, because it was a triangle. A lot of people don't even play triangle today. Some teams do, but they don't play it right. You got all these kids that want to dunk on everybody. You got all these kids that want to shoot these dumbass threes, which is the worst part of the game to me, because I think you only take threes when you need them, not when you need to try to. Because there's teams out there will shoot threes, and they're down by 16, 20 points. And they're shooting threes and missing them. And they'll keep shooting threes. And these kids like, yo, dog, you see that game last night? That game was hot. Oh, man, they shot like 63s. Yes, but how many attempts did they take? And how many shots did they miss? And how many shots did they miss at the foul line? Because you know you need your foul shots. And a lot of these teams can't shoot foul shots. And I know y'all love that LeBron James motherfucker, but he has one of the worst foul shooting of all time. You can see him sitting on the foul line. He don't want to be there. Great players win games from the line, not from the three-point line. No, I love Curry. Curry's one of my favorite players in the NBA history. But the thing that really took me away from Curry, well, Curry's starting to do it a little bit better now. Curry is starting to attack the basket more. And he's not using the three as much. He's trying to get closer to the basket. Because he knows as he gets older, he knows his shot attempts will go down. So he's starting to go to the basket and get to the foul line, which he's really great at. That's why I think Curry should win more championships than LeBron. Because honestly, I believe Curry can be a complete player if you take the three-point shot away from him. I don't know. Because I don't know what happened if you took that three-point shot away from him. He might be a regular point guard. But I believe that if you have Curry, Curry's better than LeBron. Period. I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking say. Even though he won one MVP, so the fuck what? LeBron, they gave LeBron them MVP because they want him to be the greatest player of all time. He's not the greatest player to me. He will never be first, second, or third, fourth. He's like a 10th for me. He's like in my top 10. Or probably my top 20. Because I got players ahead of him. Way ahead of him. I don't give a fuck. People want to go people want to go by how long he played. People don't want to go by his game. Yes, he's a big guy. He runs into people. LeBron takes a lot of bad shots. And he's not a great free throw shooter. He's not a great rebounder. And he's not a great defender. He was when he played for Miami. That's when I said that was the best time he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. But he's not a great defensive player. And you can see his age is getting to him. But people say, oh, well, you know, it's his age. He's old. Okay, Jordan was old too, and Jordan still played defense. You can't stop playing defense because you want to score. And people like LeBron because LeBron scores. Because he's dunking on players that are younger than him. Now, if Jordan did that, people were like, oh my God, Jordan's playing against all these old players. Who was LeBron playing against? He had to play against old players before they had to retire so he could become the great player. Jordan had to do the same fucking thing. You think you're going to play against younger players than you when you come into the league? No, you'll be playing players that are older than you, like the Dr. J's, like the Bernard Kings, like the Otis Gilmores, like the Iceman. You will be playing against them. Jordan played against them. You think, look, who did LeBron play against? He played the Garnetts. He played against the Paul Pierces. He played against Yao Ming, Kobe Bryant, Shaq. He played against them players. And they were old. Now he's playing against younger players. And these younger players are beating the crap out of him. He just got his ass whipped again for the third motherfucking time in the playoffs. And he had fucking, people say, oh, he had Luka. Luka should have stayed on the fucking Dallas Mavericks. Whose fault is that? Anthony Edwards beat all the GOATs. He did not beat all the GOATs. And all the GOATs always won fucking championships. LeBron won a championship. Curry won a championship. Jokic won a championship. Who did he beat? He beat GOATs. Yes, but he beat the people that won championships. They already got rings. Anthony Edwards don't have a ring. He don't have a ring. So how did he beating GOATs because they got rings? That's not GOATs. They're GOATs of their era. They're not GOATs of all time. Being the GOAT of all time is the man that's sitting up there on the throne with number 23 on the back of his jersey with his name on it with a pair of sneakers that everybody wear. With these young people like, oh my God, Jordan's bum, Jordan's garbage, can't wear. So why are you wearing fucking sneakers? Why are you selling his sneaks? Why are you having his apparel on? If you think Jordan's not great, why are you representing him as a player? You're marketing him. But these kids want to say that somebody's great because I don't say you want your generation to be great. You want my generation to go away. You want Michael Jordan to go away. Jordan ain't going nowhere. Jordan's going to be dead for another 100 years, and we're going to be talking about Michael Jordan for another 100 years. And these kids going to know who Jordan is because Jordan is always going to be recognized as the GOAT. Regardless of who you put LeBron on top, if you put his son on top, you're not going to be able to put anybody on top of Michael Jordan. No, you're not. You're not. There's no way. You see his stats. You see everything that he did. And there's stats that's never going to be broken by any other player like Jerry Rice. People say Jerry Rice is not the GOAT. Randy Moss is better than him. Randy Moss never won a championship. Jerry Rice got 70 motherfucking 5 records. It's like you're saying the same thing about Wilt. Oh, Wilt has over nearly 80 records. And he has 2 championships. No, he didn't win 5. No, he didn't win 10. He could have, but, he didn't play on the good teams. But when he did play on good teams, like he did with the Sixers, and he did with the Lakers, he won titles. Yes, he got all them fucking records. But people want to say, oh, well, LeBron. No. LeBron James don't have Wilt records. I don't give a fuck what era he played a small. I don't give a fuck. If you're dominating your era and you are playing as people that are small, so the fuck what? You see what Jim Brown had done? And he played in a smaller era. You see all these players playing these eras, but you can't disrespect them because of the era they played in. I'm not disrespecting LeBron just because of the era he played, because this is the era he played, this is the era he dominated in. But the thing is, you can't say that about Michael Jordan. Because he played in the era, you can't change his era. You can't put him in this era and say, oh, well, Jordan just go out there and play. He probably could. Being the age he was, at the age of 21 years old, coming into the NBA, and being athletic like that, which he was way athletic than Anthony Edwards will ever be in his fucking life. Be a way better athlete than motherfucking Kobe when he came into the fucking league, and Kobe could have started. I could go on and on and on how athletic Michael Jordan was. Look at Michael Jordan when he came into the league, and look at these players today. He was the same motherfucking size as these players to fuck today. It's just Jordan was just like, what, 195, 200? Jumping like he had the highest vertical in NBA history. The man proved that you could shoot jump shots and win championships and win the scoring title by shooting jumpers. Jumpers, not threes, jumpers. He dunked on every fucking center that ever played in his era. Every center. Yes, he got his shots blocked, but he dunked on every center. He dominated every guard forward that guarded him. He dominated the double team. He dominated the one-on-one. He averaged over 50 points a game, probably mostly his whole career. And averaged over 30. I think only a few times he only scored under 20. People say, well, he only scored 6. So the fuck what? You see all-time leader in playoffs with 36.6 points a game? In the finals, he averaged 33.6 a game. In history, this is a history. He beats out Wilt by 1 point. Percentage point, and scoring all time. In the finals, not the regular season, the finals. He been there 6 times, and he averaged over 30. And he won 6 rings, 6 MVPs, averaging over 30, the same amount as Wilt did when he went to his 2 finals. No fault. His last few finals when he played against the Celtics against Bill Russell. Bill Russell even said he couldn't stop Wilt. It's sad, yo. I watch this generation, it just cracks me up. Basketball should not be in these kids' mind, because they don't know what the hell they talk about when it comes to Michael Jordan. 0% of knowing what Michael Jordan did. Because all y'all do is watch YouTube and think YouTube is going to prove a point where they show clips of Michael Jordan. Like, oh, we watch games. No, y'all fucking don't. Y'all don't watch the real games. Y'all wasn't there to see the physicality of Michael Jordan's interviews, Michael Jordan's game. I've been to a Michael Jordan game. When he played against the Sixers and he beat the crap out of Sixers. In a playoff game. I went to the playoff game and watched the Sixers play against him. He dominated. He had like 45 points. And you watched him up close. This is me seeing the man with the sneakers on, with the jersey on. That's the Michael Jordan I seen. Not the Michael Jordan y'all young boys be seeing on YouTube. And y'all motherfuckers be seeing on video games. I seen the real Michael Jordan. No, I don't have no autographs. No, I don't. I used to wear sneakers, but the sneakers today are trash. But the sneakers in the past, when he made by Nike, everybody wanted them. Nobody's talking about LeBron's today. Nobody's talking about Kyrie's today. Nobody's talking about these sneakers today. Everybody want a pair of Mikes. Everybody wants a pair of Michael Jordan. The 11s, the 12s, the 5s, the 1s. They don't give a fuck what it is. Everybody want a pair of Michael Jordans. But you got these kids up here talking bad about the man, but never seen the man play a lick of a game. Except on YouTube. And they think they know everything about Michael Jordan's career by watching him play clips and saying Pippen's better than him. But never seen Pippen play a game when he first came into the damn league. You'll only see when he was playing with Michael Jordan. And he started playing well with Michael Jordan. At least about 5 years after he came into the league. Really 3 years after he came, because he started his 3rd year. After the 3rd year, yes, he started playing well. But guess who had to fucking get into his head to make him play well? Because he was trash. The Pistons used to beat the crap out of Scottie Pippen. Pippen had no heart. He was a physical. The Pistons used to beat the crap out of Scottie Pippen. They say they love to play against Scottie Pippen because Scottie Pippen was the weakest link of the team. You take out Scottie Pippen, you double Jordan. That's it. Nobody else can fucking score except Michael. Jordan was averaging like 40 against the fucking Pistons. Pippen was averaging 8 points a game. Around 8 to 10 points a game. And people were talking about, oh, Pippen did. No, he had a good game against the Pistons. I think he averaged like 22 points a game in that game. And then went to the finals. And then he guarded Magic. But Magic was a lot older. If he was playing against the younger Magic, he wouldn't have fucking did that to the younger Magic. When Magic was running up and down the floor and passing the ball and rebounding and leading the league in rebounding and triple doubles, he would never did that. He would never have done that to motherfucking Magic Johnson when he was younger. Michael Jordan even had problems with Magic Johnson when he was younger. Larry Bird would have been dominating Scottie Pippen. And even to that time, he was dominating Scottie Pippen at an old-ass age. See, y'all don't watch the game. Y'all don't sit there and just say, you know, let me go here and watch what Pippen used to do before he became Scottie Pippen. Let me see the games that he used to get benched for shooting bad shots. Or he didn't get that many minutes in the game because he was taking bad shots and he wouldn't play no fucking defense. He was a great defensive player. Yes, he was great at playing defense, but he got foul trouble all the time. And he was one of the worst foul shooters in the NBA. He used to get that line and miss foul shots. I watched Scottie Pippen play. He's my favorite small forward of all time, is Scottie Pippen. Greatest defensive forward of all time. But people this generation don't watch shit. They just sit there and assume that that man's bad because that man's not a good player because he didn't do this better than this player. Are you serious? Just because LeBron James played 99 years, just wanted to put he wanted to patch his stats up, make himself look good to go to team and try to win championships. That's not basketball. That doesn't make you great. Making you great is winning titles. Making you great is like people noticing who you are once you go off that floor and don't have. See, he's not good with controversy. The media is on him because he's in the media world. Jordan had media back then. Jordan didn't have to worry about YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the internet, because back in the 90s, that didn't exist. It was always the newspaper, it was the Sports Illustrated, basketball magazines, or something that had to do with like the book Vibe that had Michael Jordan in it, or something. That's what we would read. We would go into the newspapers and see how many points Jordan scored, or we would read something that somebody said about Michael Jordan, so Jordan get all riled up and score 50 on him. The internet is what makes LeBron need to get destroyed by my media. If LeBron lived back in the day, back in the 90s, LeBron James probably wouldn't be talked about that much. Because you know why? Jordan would have been dominating the fucking headlines. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, they would have been dominating the headlines. Not LeBron. People got to understand, before LeBron, there was other basketball players. People forgot about that. But people want to say that LeBron James is the only player that should be the second greatest player. Tell me how LeBron James is the second greatest basketball player of all time. Without using stats. Without using stats. How many rings he got? He got 4, right? He got 4 rings. And what's his other record? It's 6, right? He has 6 losses. He has the worst finals record in NBA history. The worst finals record in NBA history. Second to Magic Johnson. No, that's the Magic Johnson. Ever since they integrated the losing and loss record, LeBron has the worst. That's 4 and 6. Are you serious? The man has the worst foul shooting percentage, one of the worst foul shooting percentages of all time. He's up there with Shaq. I could go on and on. He has more missed shots than any other player in history. He was never a great three-point shooter. Everybody know that man can't shoot no threes. But people think he's a better three-point shooter than Jordan. He started shooting threes later in his career, like Jordan did. But at least Jordan tried. He didn't need to shoot threes. He averaged over 30 a game. Why did he need a three-point shot for? Somebody tell me why the man needed a three-point shot in the 90s. Tell me why. Because nobody can tell me why Jordan needed a three-point shot in the 90s. Why does he need a shot that he averaged like over 30 a game shooting jumpers? What, that takes the fun out of the game or something? Someone say, oh my God, shot 3, oh my God, it's an amazing shot. The three-point shot is a shot that's very valuable in the NBA, but it's only valuable when you need the 3. Not because you need to shoot a whole bunch of threes to keep a lead, because that's what a lot of players do to this day. They use the three to keep a lead because they don't play no fucking defense and they don't rebound. That's why you shoot the three. Back in the past, it's always a close game, so you didn't need the three. You just need to get to the foul line, shoot the foul shots. You're good. That's 3 points right there. An and one. You go to the line, get a layup, tap, oh, foul, go to the foul line, shoot your extra shot. That's 3 points. It's like going all the way in the corner over there, stand there through the whole motherfucking shot clock, then shoot a three and miss, and go back down there, don't play no defense, come back down there, do the same thing over and over again, what they do in the NBA. Fast breaks, they walking. They take like 18 steps to get to the lane. Like, I've never seen an NBA, they walk so damn much. And the referees don't call it. They be illegally doing illegal defenses, the referee let it go. They be pushing off, referees let it go. Technical fouls, it's the worst technical fouls in the world. Because they always are doing this instant replay bull crap, which that slows the game down, makes the game boring, makes the referees don't know what they fucking talking about. Then you're throwing players out of the game because they don't even fight. They just push each other and shove each other if they do get in a fight. It's one of the worst fights you ever fucking seen because after the game, they're going to go to the strip club. Or they're going to get drunk and get high and they're going to hang out with each other. Like friends, which they didn't have back in the 90s. That's why I love sports in my era. NFL, baseball, NBA, all of them didn't have no fucking friends. They went out only if they just, after they retired. They were physical. They physically, emotionally destroyed you. Today's game, hey, what you doing at the game? I'm going to strip club. Come on, let's go. Let's go on a group. After you lose by 60, they're going out to the strip club, getting drunk. You see James Harden come out of a hotel room doing some crazy shit. We got all these other players doing some weird shit. You got Morant that doesn't know how to get out of trouble. Anthony Edwards having babies by 60 million women, and everybody thinks that's great. And the days league, they said, well, Jordan's gambling. But Jordan gambled his money. That's his money. He could do whatever he fucking wanted with his money. He didn't gamble away teams. He didn't bet on teams. He didn't bet on himself. He just made money off the court. Gambling, golfing. He could do anything he wants with his money. His money. Why do people care what Jordan does with his money? Why do people care what anybody does with their money? If they're gambling. If they're gambling in a poker game or gambling at a casino. Why do people... I want to know why people can't answer these questions for me. Why do you care what Jordan do when he's doing with his money? But you won't say nothing about Anthony Edwards and all these damn kids. Or you won't say about Moran doing the pointing of the gun and doing all that other stuff. Y'all think that's exciting. This is the reason why I don't like the NBA. That's why I don't like media. Because media likes to portray other people in my era as people that were bad. But they portray these players today as good players. You see what's going on in the NFL. You see what's going on in baseball. You see what's going on in all these sports. That these players are getting away with a lot of crap that they wouldn't even get away back in the 90s. Because they would be fucking suspended. Or probably kicked out the league. It's crazy. You got steroids in these leagues and they don't care about the steroids. They're trying to hide the fact that steroids is in sports now. I never seen these basketball players be so small. Now they got muscles. And they got muscles coming, they got veins popping out their shoulders and everything else. Oh, they really are athletic. They're not athletic. They're using these types of drugs to keep themselves enhanced so they can play for a very long time. Is it wrong? Yes. But is it illegal in the NBA or any sports? No. Are they testing these people? Yes. But are they saying something? No. Because they need these type of players in their league to keep them making money. They don't care a fuck how doped up they are. People say Jordan used drugs because he went bald. Are you fucking serious? Did you see his dad? His dad was bald. That's the reason why he shaved his head. Because of his father. And plus, he had a haircut one time that they actually shaped up the middle of motherfucking Jordan's head that looked like a fucking horseshoe. So Jordan cut his hair off. He had no alopecia. He had no holes in his head. He had no skin disease, which steroids does to your body. It actually causes you to have alopecia and also many other things when you take steroids. So, look, Jordan didn't take steroids. Jordan lost his hair because he had a father that lost his hair. His father went bald. His father shaved his head bald. So Jordan did the same thing. He shaved his head bald. Not because he was steroids. Oh, people say, well, he got bigger when he played baseball. You get bigger when you play baseball because you're swinging a bat. You need to get stronger swinging the bat. You gotta get them shoulders strong, them triceps, them biceps. You gotta get the muscles for your rotator cuff strong. You gotta get big shoulders. You gotta get a big chest. You gotta have a nice strong back to swing that baseball. Just like when Tiger Woods tore his back up, he said the one thing he had to do, he had to lift a lot of weights to get his motherfucking back strong because the golf club tore his back up. That's why a lot of baseball players will lift heavy because the baseball bats are so fucking heavy. You know how hard it is to swing on a baseball? They said the baseball is the hardest thing to hit. People say they'd rather play basketball and football than play baseball because baseballs are hard to hit. Because they throw that ball over 100 miles an hour. You think Jordan was holding a baseball bat that's probably 16 ounces, 15 ounces, and he's swinging that heavy-ass bat and missing them pitches that's being thrown 100 miles an hour. Y'all go out there and try to hit a baseball. And I know a lot of kids will tell you, though, you got to get stronger, man, to hold a baseball bat. Because as they get older, the baseball bat gets heavy, it doesn't get lighter. That's what I'm talking about. These people don't know anything. Half of these people don't know nothing about basketball, don't know nothing about sports, but they'll talk bad about it. I just want people to answer questions for me. Why the fuck do you think Jordan should tell you that he's betting and why he's betting his money away? Tell me why that the three-point shot is better than the two-point shot. Tell me why the Jordan had to shoot the three-point shot and why we want him to shoot the three-point shot. Tell me why he wouldn't dominate this league, because on one, Jordan did play against zone because they double teamed him all the fucking time, and they had to play zone against Jordan because that's what they call it illegal defense. It's what I call illegal defense zone. That's why they used to call illegal defense all the time on the Bulls, because Bulls used to play zone. Or they used to trap. So they used to play a lot of zone. So people play against Jordan in the zone, because they had to double him. Jordan got double teamed all the fucking time. Even in man, they doubled him. And they played zone off the man. Because you have to. You got to go over there, guard to man, go back over. That's a zone. You got to help. That's a zone. People say he never played in the zone. He never went left. I'm trying to, you prove to me that Jordan never went left. You prove to me in a video. Show me a video that shows Jordan never going left. Let's y'all edit that shit. Because there's a lot of videos out there that got Jordan playing left-handed. Because I used to watch Michael Jordan all the time. And most of his layups were left-handed. When he did his layups, he always go left. Or he'll do his reverse, layup to the left. Or he used to dunk left-handed. Now, you want to talk about Kobe Bryant shooting a left-handed shot, everybody will try a left. Jordan shot a foul shot with his left. So why the hell is it wrong for somebody not to go right, left? What's the problem? That's another thing. Why do you want Jordan to go left so bad? What's that prove? He went right and he still averaged 30. He went left, he probably averaged 20. So what is the difference? What makes Jordan so bad for him not going left? But once he did go left, I don't know what y'all motherfuckers be seeing. Y'all must be blind. Or y'all just arrogant and ignorant to know that the man did go left and did score left and went to the foul line a lot when he went left. And he was on the left side of the court when he shot free throws, shot fadeaways. Because he used to do left-handed fadeaways all the time. That's a fucking shot, left-handed. On the left side of his body, he didn't go left, but he didn't with his left, but he had to go the opposite direction because he had to go right because he was on the left side. So he had to go to the left side to the right. That's a left-handed shot. But he got to contort his body back to the rim, which that's not where he shoots. The way he shoots on the other opposite side of his body, which is going to be the right side. So how is it that Jordan never shot anything left-handed or shot on the left side of his body? Because nobody's telling me this. People just like to just, oh, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that better than LeBron. What did LeBron do better than Jordan? Last 1,000 years in the NBA? Take money from people? Tear teams down, rip teams apart? Lied all the fucking time? Then you gonna say he's the GOAT? Knowing he only won like 2 rings? He never won 6 MVPs. He never been in the finals. He been in the finals a lot. Yeah, of course. How many times did he lose? 6 times. Oh, but he got there. But you just can't get there and sit there. You gotta win. That's what you get to the finals for. You don't get to the finals just to get there 10 times. You get there to win. He should have won 10 titles. He was there 10 times. Just like Magic Johnson was there 9 times. He only won 5. and lost 4. You gotta get there, man. You can't just sit there and walk into the fucking wedding and think your wife is. I mean, you want to get married, right? You want to see your wife at the altar, right? You don't want to get to the altar, your wife's not there. That means you're not gonna get married. Why get to the finals and then sit there? Oh, I just got here 10 times. I'm the greatest of all time. That don't make you great. Winning makes you great. That puts you in the Hall of Fame. That puts you in the rafters. Jordan has. They try to put Jordan in the motherfucking another fucking jersey hanging up. So where the fuck else? But he's already in Miami hung up. This man is just a phenomenon, dog. All y'all kids out there should fucking respect the man. Not you don't have to like him. You don't have to say he's the greatest. You gotta respect him as a ball player. But what he did for the league, which like what Dr. J did to the league and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson did, Jordan did the same thing. He did the same thing. He changed the culture of basketball. Nobody was wearing Jordans or sneakers like that. Nobody was doing what Jordan do and making movies and videos and actually promoting a basketball player like Michael Jordan. There was no player in NBA history promoted like Michael Jordan. Ever. And you had some great motherfucking players that came out the league for the last nearly 80 years. So you can't tell me that this man was in the Olympic game. When he was in the Olympic game, everybody came to see him. Not just all the NBA players, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Patrick Ewing, Christian Laettner, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley. They didn't just, and Clyde Drexler, they didn't just come to see them. They came to see Michael Jordan. And Jordan really, honestly, wasn't the best player on the team. It was Charles Barkley. But that was the greatest team ever assembled because of Michael Jordan. Because Jordan didn't play. I don't think they would have won. They probably would never went to. They probably would never even had any of those players on the fucking team. If Jordan did not fucking go and play for that Olympic team in '92. Just think about that. Nobody would have played for that team. You probably would have had a whole bunch of rookies, backup players, probably a couple of stars, but they would not have played on that team. And they even said that. Even Dream Team 2. Them players were half rookies and shit like that. Wouldn't have been on that team. You probably see Christian Laettner. You probably would see a couple of other players. But you would never see Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and all of them, Larry Bird. Because Larry Bird was trying to retire. Magic Johnson was trying to retire. Everybody else was going to leave and go about their business. Until Jordan's like, okay, I'll play. But get the players that I want to play for the team. And they got the players that he wanted them to play on his team. And guess what they won? They won his second gold medal. Remember, he won as a rookie, and he won again as a second at '92. Nobody wants to talk about that. People don't want to talk about the accomplishments this man has done his whole career. That's what makes him the greatest. It's not because of his bravado, how he carries himself. He's ignorant as shit. Of course, everybody knows he's ignorant. Everybody knows he's ignorant, disrespectful. He don't sign autographs to a lot of people. He don't talk to a lot of people. He cusses a lot. He smokes cigars and drinks. And people think he has problems with steroids shit because his eyes. That motherfucker smoke. Motherfucking, he drank like so freaking much. He got like probably fucking have problems with his liver right now. Because his eyes got that color when you drink a lot. He got that color in his eye because he drinks a lot. And he smokes a lot of motherfucking cigars. But the thing about it is that I'm about to get off this thing because the reason it makes me mad is I just can't stand people talking about somebody that they've never seen before. They never sat down and watched this man play at all. The game that he played, the way he dominated the game, the way he scored, the way people loved the man of the way he played. People didn't give a fuck what he did off the court. And he really didn't do shit off the court for people. But Jordan, when he was on that court, everybody said, man, the only thing I want to do, I never want to miss a game. Because you know the fans paid all that money to watch me play. Because you got LeBron James sitting on the sideline chilling. You got all these motherfucking players sitting on the sideline. They don't want to play no basketball. They want to sit there and make a whole bunch of money, make YouTube pages. They want to make podcasts. They want to do celebrity boxing. They want to do all this bullshit, but don't want to win nothing. Now everybody's rooting for the New York Knicks. I'm like, are you fucking crazy, man? The Knicks haven't been in the championship ever since the 70s. And now everybody's happy that the Knicks are going to the finals. They're not even going to the finals, they're going to the conference finals. They're going to the conference finals. They got to win the conference finals to get to the finals. And they might not even win the conference finals. This is what I mean. Like, I understand people say, well, that's 13. I said, you know what? But they were losing. Nobody didn't give a damn about the Knicks. Now everybody rooting for the Knicks because last year they played well. And the year before that they played well. It's like now it's this new thing that people are saying that the Knicks are great. They are a good team. I like their team. But I don't think they're going to the finals. And if they do get there, I don't think they're going to win. Because they're not made to win. They're not made to win a championship. They need something else to actually get that ring or get that trophy. They only won one time. It's not the Knicks' fault. The organization had to change to get better. But like I said before, the Bulls used to whip the Knicks' ass every year. You know what I mean? And Michael Jordan was on that same team. Then you got Reggie Miller doing the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? They got the finals and they got their asses beat the crap out of, I think, by the Houston Rockets. It's crazy. It's just me. Jordan's the greatest basketball player. If you were to write all that crap down that people are going to sit there and tell me all these lies, stats, I don't want to hear it. Because like I said before, if you wasn't born or raised around the time Michael Jordan was playing for those 13 years, and you only got a glimpse of half of his career through him coming back from 95 to 2002, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear somebody talk about from his time playing from college days through him playing in the Olympics, the pro, all the way down until he retired. Then we could talk about basketball when it comes to Michael Jordan. If you want to talk to me about the few years you've seen him, or you're talking about his Wizard years, who cares about his Wizard years? Honestly, I do, because I believe that he played well as a Wizard. He didn't dominate because he didn't have the same nucleus of players, even though he almost could have did the same thing when he had the nucleus of players, when he had Stackhouse and I think he had Stackhouse and a couple other good players on his team. But the thing about it is that he got hurt. Then he came back the next year, the team was bad. But he still was playing well, and they still sold out stadiums. That's the funny thing. The man was 42 years old. He was selling out stadiums for a man that was not the same man that he played with the Bulls. People came to see him in his final game at the Sixers. And I watched that game. That man was at the foul line. You could go on YouTube right now and look that last game that he played against the Sixers. When Iverson was still coming into the league, and they were saying Iverson was the best player in the league. He was at the foul line. The man he didn't even freaking shoot a foul shot yet. Every single camera in the stadium lit up. It looked like the whole stadium. It was like you know how lightning looks when lightning flashes. That's how I looked at the stadium. And they were asking him. They were giving him a standing ovation for almost 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Because the Sixers one time was going to draft Jordan. That year in '84. They were going to draft Jordan. But they ended up getting Barkley. Because they thought Jordan was going to drop. But he didn't drop in the Sixers. Because they would have picked up Jordan and they would have dropped. If Barkley would have went fifth, well, he would have dropped the sixth, they would have got Barkley. But fourth. Jordan would have Barkley would have went fifth. Jordan would have went fourth. They would have got Jordan. Because Jordan went third. Think about that. Jordan would have been a Sixer. That's why the Philadelphia fans love him. He used to beat the crap out of fucking Sixers all the damn time. He always beat the Sixers in the playoffs. But the thing was that he got a standing ovation for like 20 or 25 minutes. No other player ever got that. Not even Kobe. Not even no other player ever got a standing ovation like that. And it looked like it was lightning flashing when they took pictures of Jordan when Jordan was at the foul line. Like he was at the foul line for 2 shots. He said the light was so bright that Jordan started blinking his eyes because the light was so fucking bright in his eyes. They wanted him to stay. They didn't want him to go. They wanted him to come back. They kept asking him to come back. He said, no, I'm done. I can't do this no more. I can't play this game no more. And he left. It was own terms. And people want Jordan to stay for like 60 fucking years or something. For what? So you can patch that, so you can talk about LeBron James competing. You can't compare them to at all. One's a small forward, point forward, and Jordan was a fucking two guard that could play forward or point forward. Because he played in the triangle, which basically there's really no position. There's really no positional player in the triangle. So basically, Jordan could play small forward, two guard, or point guard, or he could play center if he wanted to. It didn't matter where Jordan was on the floor in the triangle because it was called a positional play. I can't say the word right. A non-positional player in the triangle. But Jordan played small forward on offense. If people don't know that, Jordan didn't play two guard. Jordan only played two guard in certain times when he got the ball. He'll bring the ball up. Sometimes he'll get the ball on the wing, and then he'll get the ball in the post, which that will be the forward. So he played small forward. So basically, Jordan was a small forward in the NBA. That's what he played when he was in the post. But they call it a two guard. But I think Jordan played small forward because he played small forward when he first came into the league. He played a lot of small forward. People don't know that. A lot of y'all young kids don't know Jordan played a lot of small forward. He really didn't play two guard. Because Jordan was always in the post. And a lot of people that guard Jordan were forwards. Because they needed a bigger body to keep Jordan in front of him. Because Jordan was so fast and quick. Guards couldn't guard, point guards couldn't guard because they were too small. Two guards couldn't guard because Jordan was too quick. And power forwards were too strong for guards to guard him, and Jordan was too quick for the forwards. So they had to double team him. But see, Jordan was stagnant. He cut. He went to the basket, got legs, got dunks. There's a video. I'm going to tell you about this video. I might put it down in my description. It's called, what's the fucking video called? It's called, I think it's Rogue Jordan something. Or Raw Jordan. They showed Jordan dunking so many times just to be dunking. This man gets the ball, dunks it. He just dunks it. He don't dunk on everybody, but he is a great rebounder. He was a great rebounder for a guard. He was a great defensive block shooter as a guard. Him and Dwayne Wade are the two greatest of all time at the guard position blocking shots. No, he didn't lead the league in block shots, but he did one time had led his team in blocks a lot and rebounding. Even when they had Scottie Pippen, Jordan was a better defensive player blocking the shot than Scottie Pippen was. Jordan really actually led the league in steals like 3 times. You know what I mean? People forgot about that. He won Defensive Player of the Year. He's the only player in history that won the Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and he won the championship. Not to say he didn't win the championship that year, but he was the Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, the only one player ever do it. Jordan won the finals. Heads up, what you could have won Defensive Player of the Year them years too, because he led the league in steals. Just like Iverson. Iverson led the league in steals, but he never won Defensive Player of the Year. But the same thing about it is that I just don't understand why people just don't like Michael Jordan. To me, you can hate the man, but you gotta respect the man of his game. If I was not a Jordan fan, I would respect his game so much because his game is just different. And this game will always be different than these other players because these players are mocking him. They're copying his game. Edward is copying what what Jordan did and motherfucking Kobe did. He's copying his game. The only thing that he's doing, he shoots 4 threes. But you see him doing the post shot. You see him doing the dunks like Michael Jordan because he's copying. He's saying Jordan's not the greatest player ever. So if he's not the greatest player ever, why are you copying his game? Why are you mocking his game? Why are you doing everything he does? He does the fadeaway shot all the time what Michael Jordan used to do. They say he'd do it better. No, he does not do it better than Michael Jordan. He'll never be better than Michael Jordan's fadeaway. He'll never do anything better than Michael. He'll probably can shoot a better 3, of course, because his era, they shoot 3s. That's what they do. If you're shooting 3s every day, you're shooting 3s at practice every day, your shooting percentage is going to go up, not go down. But if you're missing them, your percentage is going down. Let's look at the percentage of 3-point shots he missed. Let's look at Curry. Let's look at Curry's percentage of 3-point shots he missed. He missed a lot of 3-point shots, and he took a lot of attempts. Jordan didn't take that many fucking. This one year, I remember Jordan didn't take no 3-point shots. Or took 10. And people are like, oh my God, he's not a great three-point shooter because Jordan didn't shoot threes. He didn't have to. He didn't have to waste his time at the three-point line sitting there shooting a three. He don't have to waste his time. The man led the league in scoring, shooting jumpers. Just imagine that, leading the league, shooting 15 feet shots, averaging over 30, which a man that's shooting threes had to keep on making them threes to even get to 20 points. Jordan had to do that. And he was a great foul shooter, at least about 70-something%. Just think, no, 85%. Think about that, yo. A man shooting jump shots for his career and only taking like 10 threes, still leading the league in scoring. What other player had done that? There's players out here that shoot a whole bunch of threes all game long, won't even get to 30 points. Or they do shoot three-pointers all day long and they're making them, or they get into the foul line, then they'll probably get like 50 because they're hot. Jordan didn't need to be hot. Jordan was picking up 40 to 30 points in his sleep. That man gets to the game, he'll average 30. Or he led the league of scoring that year with 30 points per game. Remember, he has an all-time record of 31.6. All time. And that's shooting jump shots. 31.6. Shooting jump shots. Let me say this again. 31.6. Points a game, all time. Shooting jump shots. LeBron only averaged 20 points a game, 27 points a game for his career. Curry, I think about 20-something points a game. 30, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 30, I think, .1. Jordan averaged 30.6. And Wilt played in the era against smaller players. Jordan played in the era with physical, more defense and bigger players. In a game, when the paint is more congested, but they played with a center and a power forward that rebound and blocked out, or played defense at the rim, because there was no illegal defense at that time. Until they started playing illegal defense in the league when Shaq was playing. So think about that. Jordan was playing in the era was more congested, back to the basket, and more players playing at the rim. More defensive players playing at the rim. Jordan was scoring all over them. And with double teams, triple teams, quadruple teams, physicality, getting to the line, making his foul shots, averaging over 30. Well, you got these motherfucking players had to sit on a three-point line to average over 30. And y'all know this is true. These kids don't want to admit that shit. They don't want to admit that the game is watered down. It's dry. The playoffs are even dry. You got these teams that they're trying to get to the finals to make these new teams so people can be interested in not having LeBron, Curry, all these motherfuckers in the finals, which stars are supposed to be in the finals. But they want to get rid of them to actually get Anthony Edwards in the finals. For what? He is a great, good player, but he's not Michael, he's not Kobe. He's not these other players that are playing in the league because he wants to be like Mike, but saying that LeBron's better. Because LeBron is in his era and he watched only LeBron. He didn't see Jordan because he wasn't even born when Jordan was fucking playing in the league. So he has to say LeBron's better. This era got to say LeBron's better if you've never seen Michael Jordan play. If you did see him play, you see him play in his later career. And you had not watched his whole career. From college all the way down to pro. To playing 13 years. Then coming back playing another 2. Kids haven't seen that. They only see videos on YouTube. And they think they know everything about the game because the videos on YouTube, they think that proves a point. And it doesn't prove a point. If you're an older generation of a guy that's seen him, or a woman that's seen him play the game in person, and how his game really was, and you used to see him on TV all the time, when he used to do interviews, when he was on Oprah Winfrey, when he was doing movies, when he was up there dancing with Michael Jackson, all them things I saw him do. Even in the games, I watched all his games, real time. They used to come on channel 10 on NBC. before they created TNT. Before they started putting games on TV. They used to play on Channel 6. They used to have Christmas games. They used to have rivalry games when the Knicks and the Bulls will play. Or the Knicks and the Pacers, or the Knicks or the Bulls and the Heat. Or the Bulls and the Knicks, or the Bulls and the Pacers. They used to show them games all the time on TV. And guess who was on there? Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Anthony Mason, John Starks, Patrick Ewing. Those are the players that I used to watch. Clyde Drexler. All the greats. I watched all the greats play. But that man was different. That man will eat your heart and don't even care nothing about you and take you out to dinner the next night and laugh it up with you. That's what Jordan used to do. That's why coaches didn't respect Michael. Because Jordan used to fucking pretend like he liked you and he'll fucking kill you. Just like they used to say Zeke used to do, Isaiah Thomas used to do. That motherfucker will be friendly as shit to you. When you get on that court, he scored like 30. Magic Johnson do the same thing with a smile on his face. And he'll average a triple-double on you. Because those were real basketball players. They didn't make no friends. They didn't hang out with each other, smoke weed, get high. They didn't do all that. They wanted to beat you after the off season. They'll see you in the off season. But when it came to 82 games, they played the 82 games. And they didn't want to miss a game. They played their games even the little bit of money they made, or all the money they made. They didn't care about that. They only care about the fans. And NBA players back then did care about the fans. Not like today where they don't care nothing about the fans. All they care about is money, media, and trying to see who look better in whatever they dress in. It's crazy. That's how the NBA is all about money now. It ain't all about the fans. About the fans bringing in actually the wealth to the players. No, it's the players. Oh, I don't want to play tonight. Man, that's the fans. We don't care. Let me be on my podcast. Let me tell you about what I did on my podcast. And even Kobe and Carmelo Anthony said the game was watered down. And these are players that played in the era after Jordan retired. Saying the game is not. That's why I believe that's the reason why Carmelo Anthony really retired, because the game was taken away from him. His game was taken away from him because he used to be so physical. They hated that about him. They don't like that. The NBA don't like physicality. They don't like that you're physical. They don't like that you fight. They don't want you to. They want the game to be for the kids. Oh, the kids gotta grow up and play this game. No, basketball is a physical sport, just like hockey, just like football. Physical sports. They're watering down football. Baseball always still going to be the same. You can't change baseball. Hockey, I think they watered it down just a little, but not too much. But they still got the physicality of fighting, hitting. But they do have a lot of crazy rules in hockey now. They got the instant replay bullshit in baseball and hockey, which they need to take the fuck out. The NFL needs to take out some of these instant replays too. The NBA most definitely needs to take out these instant replay rules because it slows the game down, makes the game boring, makes the game people confused and don't even think that we don't know the rules of basketball. But we do know the rules of basketball, but they want to make it look like we're stupid. That's why I don't like sports. And the day sports is really watered down, so I don't watch basketball anymore. I used to watch the NBA Finals every year. I don't even watch basketball anymore. I don't even watch the playoffs. I don't watch that playing bullshit, which they need to take out the NBA because that's a waste of time. Then they just need to take out a lot of stuff in the NBA that just doesn't make sense. Because basketball is basketball, baseball is baseball, football is football. They should keep it the way it is. But that's how they make their money. Can't take away a person's money. But like I said, Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever. In my eyes. And I'm talking about basketball player, not individual person off the court. But when it comes to the game, shit. There's nobody ever going to be like Mike. Kobe was the closest. Nobody else is going to be on that throne. I don't care for how many years after this. Because it has nothing to do with all these stats. Stats don't mean nothing because every NBA player has stats. It has to do with your legacy of winning. Winning championships, winning rings. That's your goal. Your goal is not to put a whole bunch of stats and break all these records. That's going to happen. LeBron's never going to have his records broken because he's still playing. If he retires to give somebody else a fucking chance to have a chance to break the record and get to take on his legacy, after he retired. Like Tom Brady took so long to play until he was 44 to fucking retire from football. And just like you got Rodgers now doing the same thing. You had Brett Favre do the same thing. We don't need that in the league. We need people to move the fuck on and let other people play. That's why we got rookies. That's why we got rookies coming into the league to try to prove themselves to make them great. How can you see another person being great if you're trying to keep this one player sitting on a throne for so long? Time for him to get off the throne and let somebody else sit on the throne. That's why John Morant will never be anything because of his what he's going through with his little fucking bull crap. Then you got all these other players that are going through bull crap. They want Anthony Edwards to be great, but he's going through bull crap, which people are trying to not look at and say that he needs to change his life around. He's only in his 20s, but that's going to follow him and that's going to ruin his career. Like they did with Iverson. Like they did with all these other players that they ruined their career because they were doing stupid shit during the time they were playing the game, and it caught up with them in the future. And it got harder for them to get in the Hall of Fame. You see what happened to Terrell Owens. You see what happened to Randy Moss. It took them a long time to get to the Hall of Fame because of things that they did off the field. You see what they did to Pete Rose. Pete Rose is finally be able to go to the Hall of Fame because after all that gambling he did for almost 30 some years, now he has the opportunity to go to the Hall of Fame even though the man's dead. But he's still going to go to the Hall of Fame. They did the same thing to Barry Bonds because they know that he was doing crazy shit, but they said, okay, let's go and put him in the Hall of Fame anyway because of his legacy and how he dominated the game. He's probably the greatest player of all time is probably Barry Bonds in baseball. But that's just people's opinion. But the thing is, it's all about greatness. It has nothing to do with longevity. It has to do with how you play the game and how you win the rings. You know what I mean? It's rings. That's what you come in the NBA, you come to the NHL, you come to the NBA, you come to soccer, you want to win a ring. Sitting up there trying to get all these stats and trying to say I'm better than you because of stats. And LeBron got all these stats. And he's great because he got all these stats. That doesn't make you great. Now there's players in the NBA that got better stats than LeBron because people just don't fucking look at the fuck up. There's people out there that got better stats than Michael Jordan, but they don't look at the fuck up. But the thing about it is, it's the thing that they got on their fucking fingers that makes them great. That's why I'm saying LeBron James deserves to be in that echelon of greatness because he's won titles. But the thing about it is what's going to hold LeBron back is the losses and how he lost in them finals. How he broke down in them finals. How he was scored upon by other players that dominated him in the finals. That's what's going to be looked at as his legacy of that 6 losses. 4 wins, that's great, but 6 losses is really not really good. People are going to really say, oh my God. They're going to look at that like, damn, I forgot he got 6 losses. Because people, they're trying to keep that out of people's minds of him losing them 6 finals. They want him to keep talking about him winning the finals and getting the championship 10 times. But that doesn't make a difference if you get there 10 times and you lose 4. I mean 6 times. That doesn't make you great. That's just my opinion. You can take it how it is. Bless.